I needed to see Paul because I had already been to 3 different lawyers who had all told me that my situation was impossible and I was not going to be able to keep my house or my business. And that was the main reason I was looking for a lawyer who would actually have more of a can-do attitude about my situation. And I was asking friends if anyone knew a lawyer who could actually get something done for me in my situation. I found his information on the website and researched him. I was very impressed inside that he was really trying to help women with their situations no matter what. And had been very successful representing women. So that was what my initial draw was. My situation was that I was not the typical woman who is a victim. I stood to lose a lot, being that I was the sole provider for my family, and I would have ended up not being able to hold on to my house or to my business. First, what I stood to lose if I had the wrong lawyer was that I had basically no money, hardly any savings, a daughter I was still paying off college loans for, and a husband I had been supporting for 10 years who had shown no signs of getting a job or getting work that could help contribute, and who had pretty much run all of our savings into the ground. Any of the other lawyers I had interviewed, I was told that those would not matter. Those were not any kinds of valid reasons for any kind of case, and that California was straight 50-50 split. And if we split, we would have to sell the house. And I was looking for a lawyer who could fight for me. I was not looking for someone who would mediate, who would lay down and say, okay, we're gonna make it fair for everyone. I was looking for a lawyer like Paul who would say, we are going to fight because you've been given a rotten deal and you shouldn't have to put up with it. That made me feel very relieved a lot of stress. It made me feel like I had a lot of faith in Paul, and I was really happy to proceed. And in hindsight, that was the very best advice I could have gotten, and I told all of my friends that I have a lawyer who was more concerned about me spending excess amounts of money on a legal case that I probably had a 50-50 chance of winning, as opposed to a small amount of money with him and having an outcome that would relieve me of all my stress, take care of my situation, and then I could live with. Paul saved me a lot of money by keeping me out of court. I got to keep my house. I got to keep my business for as long as I want to run it. My daughter will be able to live in my house for as long as she needs to. The reason I have recommended him to every single person that I know who's about to go through a divorce. He's truly in this business to make things happen for me the way I want them to happen. And I feel like I wasn't taken advantage of by my husband, and I had a settlement that I could live with and that I was very happy with. Everything is great now, so I'm feeling wonderful. Paul's the best, you should call him.